Hello and welcome back to Sue Sisterhood, where self-care meets sisterhood. So today I want to talk about how to assess, plan, and execute change using the 9 pillars of self-care. So I really went into detail in the last video about the 9 pillars of self-care. So now we're going to move a little bit forward and talk about how we're going to use these pillars to create lasting change in our lives. So number one, we're going to assess. So this is when we do self-assessment and we start practicing some kind of self-awareness. So we need to evaluate where we are in each pillar. We're going to self-reflect. We're going to ask ourselves these questions like, what areas of my life feel out of balance? Where do I feel stressed, unfulfilled, or overwhelmed? Which pillars am I already strong in? Which areas do I avoid or neglect? And then, you want to rate yourself on each pillar. And you could just use a scale of 1 to 10. You know, maybe 1 to 3, you feel neglected. 4 to 6, you feel inconsistent. 7 to 10, you're thriving. And then you want to identify the root cause. Let's say if you are neglecting, you're feeling neglected in some areas. Um, you want to identify the root cause. Like, what habits, belief, or external factors contribute to this imbalance? And ask yourself, how does this imbalance affect other areas um of your life? And consider what can you do to shift it, to shift the imbalance. So after you have done your assessment, you want to plan. So when you're planning, you really want to set clear goals for improvement. You want to maybe choose 1 or 2 focus areas because you want to start off small. Because if you try to do too much at one time, then you can tire yourself out or get confused. So just start small. So, if your physical self-care is low, maybe just focus on exercise and sleep. If financial self-care is a challenge, then maybe you want to start with budgeting. Maybe you want to start with finding ways to make more money too. Budget what you have, but maybe also depending on what's going on, um, finding ways to make more money, and that could be looking for a new job, or number 2, maybe looking for a more creative way to make money. And then next, after you have really focused on those areas, like major choice of which areas you're going to focus on, then you want to set some goals. And you want these goals to be SMART goals. So specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So that's SMART goals. And each goal should be clear and actionable, something that you can actually do and you know that you can stick to it. So physical, maybe you'll walk for 30 minutes, um, 3 times a week. You know, emotional, maybe you'll practice gratitude journaling for 5 minutes a day. Mental, maybe you'll read um for 15 minutes before you go to bed instead of scrolling on your phone. Um, for social, maybe you'll have a more meaningful conversation with your friend. Make sure that you contact your friend weekly. Spiritual, you can meditate, you can spend time in prayer for 5 minutes every morning. Professional, maybe consider completing um an online course. Maybe there's some CEUs that you need to get done that you need to focus on. Environmental, you can declutter one area of your home per week. Financial, try to save $10 to $50 from each paycheck. Recreational, plan one fun activity. I'm gonna say per week. I was gonna say per month, but I want to say, especially given this current climate where it's just a lot of negativity right now, I would say try to plan one fun activity per week. And it could be a solo activity, it could be a group activity, but plan something fun for yourself per week. And so, now after you have done all that, you have assessed, you have planned, and you have set SMART goals. You want to create a routine and support system. So this is when you have like everything scheduled out. You want to schedule everything. You want to have your self-care activities added to a planner. It could be a physical planner or it could be a phone reminder. And then you want to definitely hold yourself accountable. So you can share your goals with someone close to you that you don't mind holding you accountable. It could be with your friend, it could be with a dear family member. Not any family member, but a dear family member. It could be with your coach. So if you have like a life coach or a therapist, it could be with your journal. Like you could just have like your own accountability journal that you just write in and you just keep tabs of your actions and your feelings too. Definitely write about your emotions. And then so right after, so all that you have done so far is going to lead up to the execution stage. And this is where we take action and where we're going to maintain consistency, because execution is where the transformation happens. This is where the magic happens. This is when we start to transform. So you can start small and then build up momentum. Please don't feel like you have to do too much at one time. Like you do not have to, like say if you're doing physical self-care, you do not have to try to do so much or keep up with everyone who has already had their momentum built up. Like just take your time. And just begin with one or two habits while you're starting off and just gradually add more. And then remove barriers so you can make self-care easy, right? Like you can set out your workout clothes or something so that you can see it like, oh yeah, let me make sure I work out today. You can already pack a bag and keep everything together so that you don't forget. And then be flexible, like adjust your goals as needed. You don't have to necessarily be super strict on yourself. Make sure you track your progress and reflect. Do your daily and weekly check-ins. What worked, what needed tweaking, journaling, document how you feel, progress, any challenges. Celebrate your small wins, like acknowledge your effort, not the outcomes, the effort. And then make sure that you adjust and evolve. So, if a particular strategy is not working, try to pivot. So let's say, you know, if you're concentrating on your physical self care, that the morning workouts aren't sustainable, try another time period. Work out in the evening. If you can't make it to the gym, you may have to bring the gym to you. You may have to there's free workout videos you can do on YouTube. Life changes, so your self care has to too. So just reassess where you are to assure alignment with your needs. And so, all in all, change is not going to happen overnight, but by remaining consistent and applying the 9 pillars of self care with a structured approach, you can definitely build a foundation for lifelong well being and personal growth. So, just start where you are, take small steps, and remember to trust the process. Thank you so much for listening. Like and subscribe to the channel for more, and take care.